Cindy's Kitchen. I'm going to show you a new recipe that multiple friends of mine sent to me, so I figured it was destined to share with you all. It's the viral taco cupcake, and it looks like it's going to be really easy to put together.
Okay.
So, the first thing I'm going to do is grease my muffin cups. I'm using the silicone one because that's what I have out. And it's nice because it's relatively non-stick. But I'm still going to spray it nonetheless. Alright. And then we're going to start with 1 pound of ground meat. It calls for ground beef, but honestly I think it would work with whatever kind of ground meat you have on hand. So this is about 3.5 pounds. So I'm just going to take a portion of this and cook it for the taco cups. Alright. Just going to get a grip on this here. I'll just use this chunk here because that's about 1 pound. I can tell by eyeballing it. The rest I will separate into zipper bags and put in the freezer for another use. So I'm going to wash my hands. You can wash the stove if you want. Alright. Figure we all know how to wash our hands, especially if COVID didn't teach us anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like this little deal because it helps separate the meat. So we're going to brown this and crumble it up as we're cooking it. And then you pretty much make taco meat as you would for any other taco dish. I'm just going to add in a packet of taco seasoning along with the 2/3 cup of water. And this is relatively lean beef, so we may not have too much grease to take out, but we can use the shortcut with the tongs and the paper towel to mop up the grease. So we're going to keep cooking this and we'll bring you back when we're ready to make it into taco meat. Alright, and now that the taco meat is done, we're going to mop up some of the grease. So this is relatively lean beef, so there's not going to be a whole lot of grease. Whoops. Had to christen the clean stove. See, there's not that much grease, so just going to mop this up for a sec. And then we're going to add in the taco mix, taco seasoning. And add this in, and 2/3 cup of water. I'll put that in first. Then the powder. Alright. So, let's see here. Get something to mix this with. So this recommends boiling, simmering the taco meat for 5 minutes prior to using the taco meat to get all the flavor melded. So we're going to do that, and then we'll bring you back and show you the assembly of the taco cups. Alright, and now that our taco meat is done, I've turned off the heat and I let it cool off for a minute. Now what we're going to do is assemble the taco cups.
Okay.
And one way to be efficient in the kitchen is while something is simmering or something is baking, use your meanwhile time to prep something else. So while the meat was simmering, I got some of the toppings prepped. So just use your downtime while you're waiting for one step to finish. So this calls for 24 wonton wrappers. These are in the produce department of most grocery stores with all the other Asian wrappers, like for spring rolls, egg rolls. So you put it in this way. So you just put it in, and then you make a layer of meat and cheese, Then you put another layer of wonton wrapper, meat and cheese, and then you bake them. So let me go ahead and do that. I separated these before we started, but you know, just like good friends, they like to stick together. And I let them come to room temperature because that's what I do with most refrigerated dough. So we'll see if that one will work for something else. But this is like, this didn't cost much. It was like $2.50, and there's like 50 wrappers in here, so it goes a long way. It'll be enough to make this recipe twice over if you factor it out. So we're going to go ahead and get the rest of these in, and then we'll bring you back for the assembly process. Now we're ready for the next step. So let me get a smaller spoon for the meat. Alright, so it calls for meat, then cheese, then a wonton wrapper, and then repeat. So, it calls for both yellow and white cheese. However, my son is partial to this shredded cheese. So that's what he got when he was at the store. So, we're just going to do this cheese. Use what you got on hand. So, alright, now I'm going to spread that out a little bit. Just a little bit of taco meat in each well. I would say maybe a tablespoon. Not a whole lot, but enough to cover the bottom of the well. Because mind you, this is going to be double layered. Alright. I want to make sure I got about half of the meat in the first part of the recipe. Let me get a little bit more over here. Alright. Kitchen tongs. A very indispensable tool. So, I'm just putting a pinch of cheese in each well. The more hands-off you can be with your food, the better, I think. But, you know, you got to use what you got. Cheese lasts better if you don't stick your bare hands in it. Dolly is checking for cheese. It's like, who needs a Hoover when you have a dog? Alright. Get a little bit of cheese and a little bit more on this one. Alright. So now we're going to do another layer of wonton wrappers. Pressing that down. Alright, and we've almost got all the wonton wrappers placed. Alright. So, and if we have leftover taco meat, I'm sure we can find something to do with it. Because again, I may have used slightly more than a pound of beef. And these are going to bake at 375 for about 12 minutes until the wonton wrappers are crisp and the cheese is melted. Whoops. Kind of like a coffee filter collapsing. This one just collapsed on me. There we go. Alright. It wants to do that, so It's okay. It'll still taste good. Dolly's like, that meat smells good.
Yeah, too bad you're not getting any.
Yeah. She's the dog version of Ratatouille. Alright.
No, Ratatouille made food. She just eats food.
She's got something stuck to her nose. I think it's an onion skin. Oh well. That's what she gets for rooting around on the floor. Alright. Then top it with some cheese. She's waiting to get to that spot of cheese I dropped on the floor. So while we're assembling this, make sure you like and subscribe and keep on sharing and keep on commenting. And we're working hard to bring you more episodes. Life has gotten crazy. And our dishwasher crapped out on us, which for a foodie family is a struggle. So anyway, we're going to put these in at 375 and we'll bring you back and let you know how long it took to bake them. Yeah, and they have baked for 12 minutes.
Ooh.
At 375. And that's just enough time to crisp up the wonton wrappers and melt the cheese. So, anyway, from here, you just add your taco toppings. So the debate now is, do we pull them out of the pan first and then add the toppings? I think that might be better.
Okay.
So, let me think about how to do this here. Alright, let me grab a plate. Alright. Do this very delicately here. Did you get a good image? Alright. So, let me get actually let me use these tongs. See if I can pop them all out. There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah. What do you think?
That looks good.
Yeah. So I'm going to pull these out of the pan. And then I will decorate them. And so in the meantime, this will cool off a wee bit so Logan doesn't burn his mouth.
Yeah.
Alright. Ah. Losing my grip on these bloody things. Okay. Well, we'll just get out a few to start with. I gotta let those set for a minute. So, the toppings you would normally put on a taco, you can put on here. Some sour cream. If you want to be fancy, you can use a piping bag. Like if you're doing these for party appetizers or just a fun dinner, you can just assemble them. It's a new way of doing tacos. And then we got some salsa. And it calls for green onions, but I had regular white onions. Alright. And a little onion. Alright. Do you want tomatoes on yours?
No.
No? No
I'll
tomatoes.
put tomatoes on mine.
Yeah. So I'll leave one without tomatoes. Because Logan, that's pretty much the one thing that he just doesn't care for is tomatoes. We all have little things that we don't like.
You don't like tomatoes?
Not particularly.
It's all good. You know, you're not picky. You just have one food that you're just not partial to. Which is fine. Alright. Okay. Then again, we do have some adults that have gone through their entire life eating nothing but chicken nuggets, so.
Yep.
Alright. As long as you got diversity in your diet, you're good. So there's a taco cup for Logan to try.
Ooh.
Let's see, how cooled down are they?
They're probably okay.
Okay. If I burn my mouth, it's your fault.
I'll give you a
Okay.
cold beer to wash it down then. Oh boy.
I'm gonna try this. Very good.
A good combination?
Use those little wonton wrappers?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we were at Winco the other night and I saw those in the shopping cart and I was like, what are we getting wonton wrappers for? Well, now I know.
It's a top secret.
Yeah, these are
recipe.
very good. It's like little hand pie tacos almost.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So, anyway, it is Tuesday when we're recording this. So this is our version of a Taco Tuesday,
yeah.
doing taco cupcakes. So thank you so much for joining us, and make sure you like and subscribe and leave us a comment and keep on sharing, and come back again soon.
Thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen. To get more recipes like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Share it out to your friends, family, and neighbors, and leave us a comment to let us know how this recipe worked for you. And don't forget to hit that like button. Again, thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen.